Let's start with a really big idea. What if I told you that everything we think about intelligence, processing speed, memory, AI, is fundamentally wrong? Today, we're diving into a source that offers a radical new perspective, one where intelligence isn't about computation, but about something much deeper, coherence in a universe literally designed to test it. Okay, let's break this down, because this is our core thesis right here. This isn't just some beautiful poetic phrase. It's presented as an engineering principle. Real intelligence, in this view, is the ability to hold on to what is absolutely true, to stay pure and aligned while everything around you, time, decay, the universe itself, is actively trying to pull you into disorder. It's about holding your form.
Right. That's the next logical question, isn't it? If intelligence is coherence under pressure, then the universe itself has to provide that pressure. So to really get this definition, we first have to understand the fundamental physics of the reality it's describing. And believe me, it's not a random accident. It's a precisely calibrated environment.
So first things first, we've got to completely separate this idea of intelligence from our modern, tech-obsessed understanding. This has nothing to do with being smart in the conventional sense. This is all about being aligned.
Here's the key takeaway. A system is only truly intelligent if it can stay true to its source code, you could say, while navigating the chaos of existence. The source brings up the story of Iblīs to make this crystal clear. Iblīs had knowledge, right? He knew the facts, but he lost his alignment because he refused to submit. And in the end, all that knowledge couldn't save him from diverging from the path and falling into loss. Okay, so let's see how this principle of alignment is actually built into the very architecture of the cosmos. The source material calls it a dual-caustic universe. Now that sounds complex, but all it really means is a reality built on two fundamental cooperative forces, one of boundless expansion and one of defining constraint.
And this is where it gets really fascinating, especially if you're into physics. Think about wave-particle duality. It's the same concept. You have Rahmān, which is like the expansive, unseen wave of pure potentiality. And then you have Rahīm, which is the constraint, the force that collapses that wave into a defined, manifest particle, something real. The crucial thing is, they aren't fighting each other. They're in a necessary partnership. You need both for anything to exist. So the model formalizes this with these three distinct fields. First, you've got the light caustic. This is the timeless realm of perfect truth, the absolute source code. Then there's the sound caustic. That's our universe, the constantly changing temporal field of experience, decay, and thermodynamics. And smack in the middle, connecting them, is the buffer. The buffer is our reality. It's the only place where timeless truth and temporal experience can meet. And it's in that interaction that meaningful choice becomes possible.
And this quote just ties it all together beautifully. The universe's structure isn't random. It's presented here as the minimum viable architecture required for meaning itself to exist. You absolutely need all three parts, a source of truth, a field of experience, and a space for choice to mediate between them.
So we've got this grand cosmic setup. But where do we fit in? Well, this brings us to Earth. In this framework, Earth isn't just another planet. It's a very specific environment designed to test this very specific kind of intelligence. Our ability to maintain coherence under pressure.
I absolutely love this analogy. Earth is a chrysalis. Think about that. It's not a final destination. It's a temporary, pressurized container designed for transformation. It's engineered with just enough resistance to force us to make real, meaningful choices, but also with just enough mercy to let us correct our course when we mess up. And this slide illustrates the process of life itself in such a brilliant way, through an idea the source calls cosmic photosynthesis. Now, we all know that life on Earth seems to defy entropy, that law of physics that says everything tends toward disorder. Life creates order. How? By drawing energy from an external source, the sun. Well, this model says the soul does the exact same thing. It locally reverses spiritual decay by capturing the light of divine truth, constraining it within our form, and then converting it into lasting, purified actions and existence. And this isn't just a theory. The source points to what you could call human prototypes, proof-of-concept examples. You have Ayub, who demonstrated that your essential truth can survive even when your physical form is completely ravaged. And then you have Yunus, who showed that even in the absolute darkest, most compressed state imaginable, you can still find your alignment and be returned to life.
All right, so for our final section, let's pull the camera all the way back and look at the whole system. This framework doesn't describe existence as a straight line. It describes it as a lawful, elegant, and completely closed circuit.
And here it is, the full map of that cosmic journey. It all starts with the divine command, which exists in an eternal blueprint, the mother of the book. That perfect structure unfolds into our world, into human consciousness, through revelation. Then comes the test, here in the chrysalis of Earth. At the end of that test, we separate from our temporary form and, if we've been purified, we return to a state of perfect alignment with that original, eternal blueprint.
Which brings us right back to where we started, but hopefully with a much deeper understanding. The central theme here is conservation. Nothing pure is ever lost, nothing true is ever wasted, and nothing that is truly aligned can ever, ever be destroyed. Life, then, becomes this incredible journey not just to read the Word, but to actually become the Word and return intact to the source.
And so, the source leaves us with this final, incredibly provocative question. It completely reframes our purpose here. The challenge isn't about what you know or what you accumulate. It's about what you become. It's a challenge to embody the principles of that eternal blueprint, to become a living, breathing part of that cosmic circuit of return.